Hello guys, and welcome to the second episode of the Vanilla City Skylines Let's Play. Last episode we hit the first two milestones and we started some base design of the town, and we can see how it's going to take shape here. Actually, looking back, that bend is a little that's a little bit too intense. We'll probably rework that just so it comes around a little bit smoother. Yes, this is what we made. We came in through the industrial estate, and we do have some more demands, so we're going to expand this a little. And start to create a bit of a curve here, for when we unlock this tile. We'll build another highway exit so all of our industrial traffic doesn't have to come back over the bridge and through the residential towns. And we may also ban heavy traffic through this entirely, so they are forced to use their own highway entrance and exit down here somewhere. I also want to start moving up to build a little social hub here that we talked about last episode. I'm not sure how far away we are from the landscaping tools now. We're not far away. It's actually the next milestone, so hopefully we can do a little bit of that today. We did leave some path spaces through different parts of the towns. There's one here. We can probably do one here as well. Maybe make a little roadside park here. So we'll kick off with it. I want to start with doing this little social hub that we talked about. So I'm actually going to go ahead and redesign this road, just because that curve is a little bit too need to untick this. Yeah, that curve was a little bit too radical for my liking. Okay, and then I want to start bringing this down here. So the way I'm thinking of taking this is to curve this road here and keep it as almost like a main vein through the city. And we're going to have a bit of a downtown over here, I think. Although we do have some fertile lands for farming, so we could do that too. We'll see how we feel when we get over there. And then also extend this highway down here. And then have that into a bridge back into this part of the city as well, so they have two different ways to come in and out of what will be the main downtown area of this area. We're not going to be going too highly populated in this area. Is that the right term? Too dense, if that makes sense. I want to keep it... Okay, because this isn't straight, this might be a little awkward to build. Okay, let's actually make this bit straight. I think that right there should do it. Okay, then let's come out a bit more. Okay, I think we can squeeze a few parks in here. We'll see how it progresses, and I think maybe we're just going to extend this residential area by a bit, just so we can fulfill some of that demand. Don't forget, guys, if you have any ideas of how this should be laid out, or you have some thoughts of what we could do with different areas of the map, let me know in the comments. I'd be more than happy to try and implement them for you. We'll also put a path through here and maybe down onto this little park here. I was also looking back at the first episode as well, and it might have been nice to actually keep this area as like this, almost like with the vein and with the arms coming off it. But I think it changes it up a little bit. It's not as practical. We're not going to get as many people in. But we can work with what we've got. It's a nice change of scenery, I think, isn't it? Okay, so when we lock parks here, I'm thinking of putting a park there, and then maybe a high school at the head, and we can also as well, when we unlock these roads here at 2400, we can have our trams cut through and turn around here and drop people off. I think we'll build a custom park rather than using one of the preset ones, although we might be able to use a bit of both. But we'll see what looks best when we get there. And then obviously in front of here, I want some commercial, and then I think up along the side here too. So let's bring that down to there. That's level. Okay, so that'll satisfy a little bit of our commercial demand there. Let's bring this out up here. know if you hate my road, my pipe layouts. I am sorry. I realise it's incredibly annoying. Okay, so that should provide a little bit of commercial. I don't really know. I think maybe actually if we want to expand the residential, we do still have a little bit of demand left. So let's go freestyle with the road here. And then we're going to take this off in one direction. And then this road will serve the residential estate that'll sit here. And then I also want to take this road. Can we do it through here? We can. Although if I create it here, it's going to make another intersection. I don't really want to do that. So maybe let's take the road this way. Yeah, okay. I think that looks okay. And then we'll just leave this here as a skeleton to eventually flow over the river. So I think a roundabout would pop in quite well here. And allow us to make some good shapes. I don't want to keep it too grid-like, although I think for this area it should be somewhat what's the word I'm looking for? Efficient in terms of layout, just so we can get people into the city, into a tight space like we have. How about that one? There, that works out. Link this up here. Bring it down to about there at the foot of the hill. And then we'll link that one up to there. Let's make a dead end there. We'll bring some people through. And then over here. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's come up to here. No, it's a little bit odd. Let's try that again. Bring this through. Maybe the same again, just so it's mirrored. Yeah. Okay, and that leaves us room to expand out here as well if we want to, but for now that should do. So we'll just lay the waterworks out. Just follow these roads. You're not going to follow every single road, just kind of the main ones if you like. Super. Okay. So that gives us some residential mooring when we want it. Well, these guys don't have any power. Okay, let's just put in a temporary power line here. Just so these guys can continue to build. He's also built there as well. You don't belong there. Actually, that kind of looks pretty neat. There's a little petrol station as you come into the town. That's worked out quite nicely. I might leave that one there. Yeah. Okay, so you can see how this area is going to take place. We'll have lots of paths cutting through here. There'll be tram stops that take people further down into the town. We just need to unlock the landscaping tools now, really. So we'll see how that goes. Let's actually populate a little bit more of the high street here. Let's bring in some smaller buildings. I don't want this to get too loud and busy because it is so close to the residentials. You know, further down the road we had some issues with noise pollution because people weren't too happy about it. So we'll keep things fairly small. Nothing too major. I think just doing little blocks like this as well, rather than filling the entire square in, it just makes it flow a little better. It's a little bit more realistic in my opinion. At least where I live, it's very rare you'll get one continuing row of buildings. There's always little cuts and gaps in between them. It might be different where you live. So this road is getting pretty busy now. This is how I was hoping it would work, with leaving these squares on the edge, not filled in, although this guy has built there, because I've just filled that in, haven't I? Here I have. Yeah, but this is towards the top end of the road, so it's not a huge issue. So yeah, I like the way the residentials have turned out up there. This road will eventually link to the industrial estate, but we're going to actually do some industrial estate expansion now. Just so we can try and fulfill some of the demand that we have. I think as well we're going to actually come out here and then this will be, oh no, not that road. Have we unlocked the industrial road yet? No. We unlock a lot of stuff in the next milestone. Let's go back to straight here. And then we'll bring that down to around there, and then that will allow us to continue onto that road there and keep the main road free. We might even upgrade that to a 6-lane at some point. We'll see how things develop in terms of traffic problems. My industrial estates do tend to get quite bad traffic. I'm not entirely sure why. It's probably due to not leaving an appropriate amount of space, really. Can I get behind there? Yes, we can. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. If you haven't seen it, just click on the channel. There's a playlist for... Excuse me. There's a playlist for the Vanilla Skyline series. So if you guys want to go and check it out, it'd be greatly appreciated. I'm hoping this series will last for a while. I'm a kind of gamer who likes longevity with save games. In terms of playing the same save for a long time rather than constantly starting new ones, so I can hope that this will follow that same rule. Okay, so I'm just leaving it a little bit not as full over here, because these guys are closer to the main road, and as they start coming in here I don't want them to get too busy. So I'm just leaving a couple of spaces between them so it doesn't get absolutely rammed with cars. So let's change the shape up a little bit there because we've just had that one, haven't we? Let's go for that. And then over here as well. So let's just put some paths through. How are we doing for garbage at the moment? We still are in negative processing space for some reason. And we can't take any of the loans. Okay. Okay, so that seems to be fulfilling some of the industrial demand. Let's go ahead and pop this one over. Pop this one over. If you guys could also let me know as well, if you have watched it, how the volume turned out on that first episode. I am planning to get Adobe Premiere and edit the videos together a little bit more. But just for now, while we're starting out, I'm just using, literally recording with OBS Studio and then uploading straight to YouTube. But it seems to be okay. I checked it out on my phone and computer, and the volume seems to be okay. But if you think I need to maybe boost my desktop audio a little bit more, or the microphone, please let me know. Okay, so I'm liking the way this is turning out now. Let's take a little tour up the high street, and then we'll go build some more residential up at that roundabout at the top of this road that we just sorted out. Yeah, so I'm liking the way this is looking now. High street, there's people walking up and down. That guy's just gone into the drugstore. Where's this guy going? Oh. He is driving home. So when we unlock the public transport, this road will be a tram road. So we can have people going up and down the high street to the social hub area at the top where the parks are and the high school. Yeah, I'm liking how this has turned out. This building's a little bit ugly. Maybe it'll look different when we upgrade it. And this guy as well. I'm not a massive fan of some of the vanilla assets. Although I am doing a vanilla series, so I don't really have much choice. Okay, I'm going to want a lot of housing in here. But we're going to keep some stuff for paths, I think. So put that on there. Just so people can cut through. Make it the city really walkable. So if they want to go ahead and, I don't know, walk into town, they can do. They don't have to follow all the roads. So I'll make sure we let that path continue through there. I don't want to build any houses that are too deep. And I mean the number 2 there, not too deep as in there's too much depth. Okay, let's build some unique houses up along here. I don't really want them too close to the cliffside. Right, see these here, they would just build onto this unlevel terrain and it would look weird. So let's come further down here. There can be a big house on the corner, maybe a little one here. These guys are all fine to build. big house on the corner here, and here, and there. And then we'll have a whole row up to there. Same there. And then the same there. So these guys are going to be out of power, aren't they? So I can actually grab this here. That's really good. Bring this over the hill. I may build some houses up the hill here, kind of like a snaking road. Especially where I live, in the Lake District. There are a lot of like real steep residential roads that go up purely because they have to build on the mountainous landscape. I'm not sure how true to life that is anywhere else, but over here it's really popular. And we get our next milestone. With that, we've unlocked park areas, industry tools, landscaping, event policies, park policies, parks, industry, level 2. We've also unlocked football as a new service. I'm not sure where that's from. It must be from Park Life. We've unlocked a whole load of new policies, which we can do. And some new roads, including the industrial ones. And we also have our paths now, which is really good. And some canals. I've never used canals. Maybe we can try and use them in this one. Because we do have the perfect place for a canal, which is over here. If we can have a canal that cuts this river through to the ocean over here, I'm pretty sure that that would work, although I've tried them before, but the water never seems to flow in them for some reason. That's a pretty hard kink in the road there, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we can change that, but let's go ahead and start building the social hub that we've been talking about. We'll paint the park area here with just the edge of the road. Washington City Park. That is not what this is going to be called. So I think I'll name this park after a park that's local to me. If you guys have any name suggestions for these parks or anything else in the city, do let me know, and we can use some of your ideas too. Okay, so that's pronounced Glebe. It's near me. It's just a little park that's in the middle of town, and it does act as a social hub. How much is this going to be? It's 5,000. Is it a side gate? No, it is a small one. But we could use the big one's a little bit overkill. Let's stay, that's not going to be in the middle, is it? Let's go for that. Yeah, okay. So we've unlocked these park plazas. So we'll put it through here at the minute. Although we should bear in mind that the tram line will cut through here at some point, so we can either do a bridge that goes over it, or they can just cross over there anyway. This park will be a little bit reliant when we get to the public transport section. And also we have the high school now. The modern arts facility will be really fun to use here. But maybe we can save that for something a little bit, a place that's a little higher density. And for now we can just go with the regular high school. Okay, so we can delete this power line now. Everything is linking through. Okay, so let's do some decorations. Let's get some trees in here. I'm thinking big redwoods. See which one looks the best here. That one. There isn't that much difference between the two. I think this one's a little bit lighter, isn't it? Yeah, this one is lighter. Yeah, okay. So let's go for this. Let's put some on the corners. And we'll just see how that looks as a beginning. Okay. Let's place some in these larger field areas. And then we'll get some little rocks. Just sit around the edge of them. Okay. That one's a little bit close to the road. There's some through here too. Okay, so we did unlock some park buildings. We have a plaza that we can place down. But we've got to remember though that the tram line is going to come through. Well, the tram line can still come behind it here. It doesn't have to be right through the middle. So we'll put that down. Just as a little park plaza. It's looking a little bit bare still, so let's try and get some more wildlife into it. What is that? Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. Maybe let's delete this tree. Oh, it's on the corner. Let's get some smaller bushes in. Small bush, here we go. Let's decorate some of these. We'll give this park some policies as well to try and get some people in. So a few bushes around the base of the bigger trees. And a few around here. And then maybe just a little cluster around here. And then we'll have some park entrance and exits as well. You find that in parks, at least around where I live, there are a lot of kind of trees and bushes to mark the entrance to like a public place. They try and keep it very green looking and to fit in the theme with the natural surroundings. There's a lot of green fields and stuff everywhere. Okay, I'm not sure if I want to fence around this or not. I don't know if that'll make it look too cut off. What else can we put in these parks? I've never actually really looked down this end. There's a food stall here. That could be pretty cool. Let's pop that in there. And also there's a sandbox for little kids to play in. Maybe we can pop that under the yew tree. There's also an old cannon. And there's also a bin here as well. Let's put that there. It's a really small bin. And a little picnic bench. A couple of picnic benches by the road. And then let's put some bushes just near those. Alright, I think that looks pretty cool to start out with. Some little decorating tools. This space over here is still quite empty, but there's no point doing too much to that because the tram line's going to cut through here and then back onto this road. So this will be a little bit more roady. Can I? How does this look with a fence along the front of it? Yeah, it does look better, to be fair. I can't really deny that. Okay, and then here, space already occupied. The fences in Park Life are so temperamental. Okay, no, it doesn't like that. Oh, it's deleted it all. Wow, okay. Okay, let's bring it out to there. It's actually easier to do it manually rather than allowing it to click onto the grid. And it's up here. And then here. I realise it's deleting some of the bushes that we placed. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's set some policies on the park. An advertising campaign, what does this actually do? Draws 20% more visitors, let's do that. And recycle garbage as well. And hopefully that'll get us a lot of people down to this area. That space hasn't been filled in, that looks a little odd. But yeah, okay, I think that was pretty cool. I think maybe we need something either side of this high school, I'm not sure yet. Maybe we can use some of the preset parks here. A small playground. Or perhaps a dog park, or maybe we can use some of the plazas. There is one with a... Yeah, there's a basketball court here. We could put that in. Although, how is this training it? Yeah, it's really changing the way the landscape is, but we knew we were building on this hill, so there's not too much we can do about that. Okay, so looking at that, I don't think we're looking too bad there. Maybe these redwood trees aren't the best. It kind of hides everything around it. I'll probably change those off camera. We'll see how the area develops and grows, and obviously when we get our tram lines, we'll cut through here and allow them to turn around. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so these guys are all filled in now. Let's draw in some more residential for them. Okay. These guys have a little bit of building space here too. Let's get these up in one big row. Okay. So the reason you might think, oh, I'm really slowly expanding, this is purely the fact to make sure that we do a lot of detail. And that things aren't rushed and we're, you know, looking areas leaving really bare and uninteresting, kind of like this one. You know, I want to put trees and paths and different detailing aspects around an area and make it, you know, really highly upgraded before we do anything else and move on with the city. Okay, so I put the high school there now, haven't I? Which means that people can't cut through. God damn it. Okay, we'll just have to demolish a building, I think. We'll leave that one in there. These guys... oh yeah, that looks good. So in England we have a lot of... we call them back alleys, and they are literally just alleys which run down the back of shops and houses and whatnot to just... I don't really know what the purpose is. People tend to keep their bins down there a lot for some reason. I'm sure they're in other countries, but yeah, we have quite a lot of them in England. And what's zones? Okay, so it's this one here. That doesn't have any zoning, so we'll try and space these out equally. As equally as can anyway. It'd be really good if you could just hold down and move. I know there is a brush mod where you can paint the trees in. Okay, let's put a few bushes at the front of here as well, just to because this is zoned, but we can get some bushes in to go here. And here. So actually, let's unzone this, and we'll put some decoration stuff here. Let's food stall. Okay. And then the tables. This guy can have like a little lease on this plot of land where he sells his own food, pulled pork or whatever. We'll just put a little barrier of bushes along here. And then up the side of the path as well. Okay, what else can we decorate him with? Maybe a little street light for him. Cool. And then the flower bed. Oh, that's too big. I don't think I've ever placed a flower bed. No, that looks ridiculous. Okay, let's not overdo it. That looks okay. I don't know if we'll actually see people using that. I've never used them before. It'd be good if it did. But I doubt it will because it's not on a path or a road, it's just placed as landscapeable objects. Okay, so let's carry on with the paths here. These guys, we can build one for you. Yeah, that connects okay. And then this one would work out pretty well too. Oh no, that guy is built there, has he? Yeah, he has, that's part of his house. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like that's part of it. It looks like it ends where the hedge is, unless I'm misreading it. Yeah, so it looks like it ends here, but no. Okay, we can't build a path through there. Looks like we can get one through here. So let's actually turn off the snap tool. And we can build this one through here. And then through there. Okay. These guys also need paths now. And I'm using the dirt ones just to try and give it that small town look, as opposed to tarmacking and making everything look concrete. Distance too short. There you go. You knew there always is a sweet spot somewhere. Okay, I'm going to put one through here as well. And then through here these guys can come down. Okay, so these guys have all got links through now. I did also say that we were going to put some vegetation along here. Let's go for high vegetation. That looks a little bit exotic. This kind of just looks like bushes. I just want to try and cover this up a little bit, make it look a little bit overgrown and kind of wild. We'll maybe get some trees in here as well. Maybe just make this part a little bit foresty, almost as though it has overgrown, because nobody takes care of it anymore. Okay. How's that looking? Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, let's carry on with the detail in here and make the city more walkable. Let people see. Let's bring one over to this zebra crossing over there. Just want to get people walking through the city, save on those car journeys. Is there anyone using these paths at the moment? Okay, yeah, here we go. Here's somebody. So she's going home. Oh, I can't capture it. There we go. Okay, so she's just heading there. Although I don't know where she's coming from. That probably wasn't a very good example. We can see the routes, can't we? There is a tool on here. Is this it? Traffic. Pedestrians. Okay. So people are using them, which is good. Especially this one here, through to the high street. I'm quite happy with that now. Okay. How are we doing for services and whatnot? Electricity is very nearly done, so we need to grab a loan. Let's pay that and then take it out again. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the electricity. Because we need some more power. Let's keep them near each other. I do eventually want to build. I don't want my power stations just randomly distributed throughout our industrial park. I do at some point want to make an industrial park that is just power. It probably won't be here because the plan for this map is we're going to carry on down this highway, change this entrance here into something a little bit more fancy. When we actually, can we buy that panel now? Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do that just so it's open and we can explore a little bit further down. There's a lot of forestry here, isn't there? Resources, yeah. Ooh, we have a massive oil patch up here as well. Yeah, it was ore down here. I thought it was. Just trying to have a look at what we can plan to do with the industry stuff. I think this down here would make a really good industrial area with all the trees. So maybe we can split the highway into two, bring the real high density commercial business frontline downtown area through here, using the train line as well, which is somewhere. I've just seen the train go by. It's here. And then where all these oil swells are and the forestry, we can have our industry part of it over here with the harbours and the train lines taking freight in and out. There's a lot of oil on this map right over here, so we can definitely make use of that. Okay, these guys are complaining of crime. It's never good. Though we are a little bit short of buying you a police station. Unfortunately, guys, I am sorry. Maybe let's bring the budget of the police up a little bit. We'll see if that helps you until we can buy one. Okay, that seems to have fixed it. But we do need to buy some services and whatnot. Okay, let's use a little bit of money and we'll finish this episode with another little expansion of this residential estate. So I'm thinking, boom. Can I get that in line? Yes, can. I'll bring that there. And up there. And then we'll bring this up. Oh. But we don't have enough money. Okay. Let's line these with water pipes. Because see, this is the problem, because I play with the game on such a slow speed. I'm constantly out of money, especially when I'm doing big projects like this, you know, expanding estates and whatnot. It is a little bit annoying, and I know I'm not saving any money doing this, so you can stop writing your comment. Okay. We'll put a little, maybe a little shop in here. Maybe we can have this as a park area for this residential estate. Just drop in a park and maybe have some corner shops along there. Okay. Let's fill in all these guys, and we'll slowly fill in these remaining squares as we get them. So in England, on the housing estates, we have a lot of little corner shops like this, little convenience stores that are used for various different businesses. You know, there's like hairdressers and little corner shops where you can get like real small amounts of what would be groceries for most people. Although none of them look like this. Although it is called a convenience store. Yeah, maybe I should have just built them small. See, it's more stuff like this, really. Although even then, that does look quite urban. Okay. So we're getting a massive industrial demand at the moment. We're going to do that next episode. On episode 3, we're going to bring this arm down, probably upgrade this to a 6-lane further down the line as this estate becomes busier. And also do something with this junction here, just to allow more cars in. It's not too busy at the moment. And we'll do some more industrial expansion off of here. And then when we get down to the highway, we'll build a nice new entry and exit for trucks to come in. And what that'll do is it'll save them coming off here, coming in through the small slow road, finding what they want and having to come all the way back over onto the residential side of things, and then coming back down here. These guys are still complaining of crime, so it looks like this is the rougher area. Next time we'll also do some zoning as well, zoning in districts, and get used to some of the policies now, because we have unlocked quite a few. Yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video and would like to follow the series, do subscribe to the channel. You can also find my links to Twitch in the description below. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.